And to be able to still be peaceful and have moments of peace in moments that just feel completely disrupted.
So, yeah, like right now,
like the cat. Which I'm still at peace, but
so you say that. What is a moment that you're thinking about where your peace was disturbed and you still tried to have peace? Because it's not like,
I mean, training all the time. If you, but just kind of everyday life with these devices here. So we kind of built this our body. Now that we have an addiction, we talk about games and playing games. The phone is kind of gamified now. And I'm saying that because ding, you get a notification and like Pavlov's dogs, you're looking at it. And
it's like a slot machine.
Right. And
you don't know what's going to come up, but you want whatever's on the other side.
So step one, if you're trying to get deeper into that spirit of peace, what you should do is silence that cell phone, because the dings, all the other sounds it makes, the screen, everything else takes your mind off of where you need to be spiritually. And I think during these times, it's very important that we should all fill ourselves up with the spirit of peace to be able to spread to other people, because it's hard out there. Like, people are losing their lives. People are losing their jobs. People are losing their homes, and it's hard to have peace. It's hard to have peace when it seems like everything is falling apart.
And that's where the spirit, that's where if you know your spirit, know where you are. And the gauge is what we talked about. The gauge is emotions of knowing where your spirit is. If you feel deep down depressed, that's where your spirit is. If you feel up high and electrified and on fire, that's where your spirit is. Now, how are you going to use that?
I got a question about what you just said. As far as all these things that we just said and what you just shared about the spirit, how does that pertain to martial arts training?
How does the spirit pertain to martial arts training? The training is so important because that's where you build your spirit. That is where you build emotion and get used to what it's like. So one thing I love about teaching kids that don't understand their emotions at all is teaching them how to understand their emotions. And one of the easiest ways is how I learned it, which is through Toshindo. And this is so many other places, so many kung fu, other arts.
Oh yeah, I mean,
it's the elements.
The Airbender,
the Avatar. Yeah, Avatar. The Legend of Korra. Yeah, exactly. We're on the same page. Avatar, the Legend of Korra. The way that they teach and the kids, which is why these shows resonate so deeply, is we all understand earth, water, fire, wind. We can all understand and learn from that place. Like it's in our everyday phrase. Oh, don't burn the bridge that you can't. What is that? What's that phrase? I can't say it. What's that phrase? Don't burn that phrase. A breath of fresh air. Right?
Forget it.
Yeah, just forget it. Yeah, a breath of fresh air. Right? You're stubborn as a rock.
Stubborn as a rock. You know what else I'm thinking?
What else?
Of Captain Planet.
Literally.
Hero. Earth. Wind. Fire. Heart. Heart is heart. Heart is the love that we talk about to use your spirit to spread love. So thank you, Captain Planet, for teaching all us 90s babies that very important lesson of heart.
No, that's a great show. Like, we need more wholesome shows like that. You got superheroes that just do good thing for the planet. What? That's when they come down.
Don't even want to kill nobody. They're not trying to. And that's what martial arts is about self-preservation, but then preservation of other people. You know, it's also about the preservation of your spirit, which is why we're talking about this. And what I asked you earlier about how does spirit pertain to martial arts? Yes, it is a way to build your spirit up. Now, how is it a way?
So we talked about the light and the dark. Here's one thing in martial arts where you practice having your light and your dark moments. And that's not always being the one that's attacking, not always being the one that's defending, but you have to be able to do both. So there's this concept in martial arts that I love. It comes from Japanese martial arts, but it applies to all martial arts because you see this happening in each of them. So that is the concept of tori and uke. So a tori is to give, someone who is giving something. A uke is to receive something. So the way that happens in martial arts is that somebody is the aggressor, and the aggressor who receives the technique is the uke. Normally people say that's the ragdoll, that's the dummy, but really, to me, that's one of the greatest ways to learn because you can learn what the pain feels like as the tori does their technique towards you. But the uke, it's good to practice receiving and trying to be the aggressor because those are like the angry emotions, those are the frustrated, those are the I'm trying to overtake somebody. What you need to know what that feels like inside of you got to be able to explore it. So you asked earlier, how does martial arts help with that? It helps to explore safely those emotions. It helps explore
that spirit.
Losing. It helps you explore when you're the tori to win. So you have to be on both sides. You have to be able to receive and give.
So knowing your spirit to be able to handle when the emotion goes like this. Just like he was saying, just like what they talk about all the time, flow. Flow. They talk about that in martial arts. We talk about it in martial arts because flow. Like we'll show some of the Hapkido techniques. I'm the uke, you're the tori, and we're flowing. I'm learning how to actually, yes, he's doing the technique on me, but what I'm doing is learning how does it feel if this was to happen? And if this was to happen, how could I counter it? How can I save myself? And what he's learning is, what if I have to do this on somebody and not break their bones, but just put them into a position where I can control.
What if this is my child who is acting irate and I don't want to break them, but I have to get them off of somebody or off of something?
So whenever you're the tori and you're the aggressor, you still have to practice control because we like our faces, so we don't really punch at each other. I mean, we aim right there, but it's not so fast where we can't react. Now, we trust each other.
Yeah, what that also is control. And I'd like to say this all the time. If I actually did this technique on you, you wouldn't be training tomorrow.
Right. Or the next second.
Yeah, the next second. It's time.